I just wanted to give you a quick 2-minute tutorial on creating a calendar. We've had a lot of discussions on the forum about the use of them and how people use the calendars. And the calendars, I believe, are a very powerful marketing tool if used in the correct way. The issue seems to be around it that some people don't like the design, which is fair enough. But I'm sure that a lot of people don't realise that you can actually design it yourself. So I'm going to just quickly show you how to do it. So this is the software, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. This is a DMA album, and that we've as part of the style guide. And if we go up to the top left hand corner, you can see it's describing the product that we're working on at the moment, a book, which is a DMA multi-paper. If you press on this button, you can add a product, or either change the looks lining, add the cover, have a box for the album, and then we've got calendar. So I'm going to click on calendar. This is the trick. When it by default, normally it has Studio selected here, which is the standard default templates that Graphic Studio use to design the calendar. But if I select that and choose personal, we get an empty calendar. So what we'll actually get is finish up with blank canvases, blank pages. So there we go. You can see that on the right hand side we've got 7 in total. The first one really being a kind of title page to the calendar, and then it's 2 months per calendar. So I'm just going to do a couple of titles pages quickly. This is from obviously a portrait photographer, and they're as powerful for portrait as they are for weddings. So I'm just going to design something like that. I'm going to create a date. So I'm going to go over here and put 2014. I'm not going to do any fancy things with the fonts or font size, just for speed really. I'm going to move that over here, and then I'm also going to add the Graphic Studio logo. Now of course this could be your logo, so let me add the Graphic Studio logo and just hit the unpadlock button so we can move it. Just resize it. So if you brought your your logo in as a PNG file, then it'll look something like that. So there we go. And I think that's quite cool and quite a stunning front cover or title page. So I'm just selecting them now and hitting the backspace key to get rid of them, because I want to show you a different idea. So what about maybe something like this? This is from another portrait house. This is kind of pets, if you will. So I'm just going to resize it like this so we can see it. Something like that in the center. I'm going to change the page color to black, and then again I'm going to go for my text tool and add some text, which is going to be the date, like that. And there we go, we click off, and obviously we can't see it at the moment because the text is black and it's on a black background. So what I'm going to simply do is change the colour to white, like this. So now we've got it in white. And I'm also going to just grab this box over so it kind of puts it in landscape like that. So there's our day. And again, I'm going to put our logo, the Graphic Studio logo, but of course, as we've already said, it could be your logo. I've done it in reverse this time so that what was black before is now white, etc. So again, something like this. And the great thing about your logo it works as a silent salesman. It's hanging on the wall. Your logo should be on every page. So that's another title page. So let's do a couple more, and let's talk about the dates at the bottom. So it could be something like this. This is kind of already been laid up, and as you can see, it looks quite cool. And then we can put the dates down here, or it might be individual images. Let's say it's a wedding. So what I'm going to do is just scroll down the page and find a beautiful black and white picture, maybe something like this. And what I'm actually going to do with this one is resize it or scale it slightly differently, and you'll see why in a second. So I'm just kind of moving it up, and you'll notice that it doesn't allow us to go outside the white bounding area here, and then we can just move it up. Now I can save this as a template, and what that actually means then is that when I'm ready to put another image in there, I just drop it in, and then it's just a matter of repositioning it. We could have multiple images on. We can use the shapes, masks, frames that we use for the album as well. So we can do. It's very, very versatile indeed, and we can create some stunning images. So what about the dates at the bottom, which kind of always seems to be a bit of a bugbearer? We want dates, or we want somewhere to write. Well, that's quite simple. All I've actually done 5 minutes before I started recording this is I went online and I've downloaded, there's loads and loads of them, templates for calendars. So all I've simply done is downloaded it as a PNG file. So you can see here it's PNG. I'm just going to resize it, and this one is with dates, and this is actually a JPEG. Now the reason I brought a JPEG in is I wanted to show you the difference between a JPEG and a PNG file. So this is a PNG, and this is a blank calendar just with days and weekends but no dates. If we put a PNG file on and I've removed, or if you remove the white, then it's actually transparent, so you can run the image down all the way down. But if they want to write and see what they've written, then obviously that's not going to work, and you would probably need something like a JPEG where it remains on the tile. But once we've got this, for example, in place, I can move it down to the bottom, so that's 1 month, and because this is a blank one, I can use it again. And of course, it's very easy if you wanted to get different months and download them. If the JPEGs, then just take them into Photoshop, remove the background, and save them as a PNG file with a checker in Photoshop. So these will print up pretty good. And now what I'm able to do, of course, is kind of move that image down even further, so it allows us to play around with more room. And of course, as I said before, the main thing that's incredibly important is that we have the logo. So I'm just going to kind of move this over here by unlocking it. It allows me to press the right thing. I could have right-clicked, of course, and then have that down here. Or I can move the calendars up, but you kind of get the idea. So again, it's quite a powerful tool. So we go to another page, and in this case, maybe I want to add a couple of images on, and there's no problem at all. Everything works exactly as it did before, even our alignment tools. Or maybe we have one image up here that's slightly bigger, and then maybe one over here which I'm going to then copy and paste to give us another image down the side like that, and then again we can then put our calendars down the bottom. So there you go. That's how easy it is to create a calendar. And once you've created a page like this, we can also then save it as a template, as we do with our standard pages. So in this case, it's the standard ones that you see from Graphic Studio. We go to Personal, and then if I want to, I can add this one by going to Templates in the Personal folder, and then clicking the little plus button by the word Templates, and then giving it a name. I'll just call it Martin 2 for now, or January, February, whatever you want to call it. So then we've got a template to use again in the future as we go to a new page. It's already done, and it's just a matter of then dragging that up and populating the apertures. So there you go. That's how you can create quite easily and quite quickly a beautiful calendar which your customers, I'm sure, will be enthralled with. Thank you very much.